This is going to be a little bit different of a video for the channel. Well, not really different in tone, but different in topic, I guess. It's still very much drama related, but I accidentally deleted my wrestling channel, so I'm going to talk about this Hulk Hogan drama on this channel. But before I do, hey, hi, hello, welcome to the Art of Slop. My name is Dan Frampton, and yeah, we're going to be talking about Hulk Hogan today, okay? This guy was a lot of people's childhood hero. This guy was a huge superstar in the 80s. We're talking like Kai Cenat levels of fame back there in the 1980s. He was a professional wrestler over there in the AWA. Vince McMahon came sniffing around and he was like, I could turn this guy into a star. And that he was. He was the face of a generation, the biggest baby face of all time. And now the WWE is debuting on Netflix, and on their very first episode of Raw on Netflix, they brought out Hulk Hogan to wave the flag and celebrate this brand new era. But the only problem was everybody in that arena that night booed Hulk Hogan, and he wasn't there to be a bad guy. He was there to be a good guy, but the audience just rejected him to the 10th degree. So Hulk Hogan left with the tail between his legs, and it was very sad, but also super funny. And a lot of people seem to be a little bit split onto why that happened, but the actual reason is pretty simple once you think about this thing for 3 seconds. But before we talk about it, I want to direct you guys towards my new cartoon. It's down there in the description. It's a little link to a comic book I wrote called Pit Pros. It's about Zilch and his friends, the Pit Pros, running this DIY underground venue called The Church, and a lot of shenanigans goes on there. And now with all that house cleaning out of the way, let's talk about Hulk Hogan getting booed in Los Angeles. First, let's check in with Bret Hart.
Do I like Hulk Hogan? No, I don't. I think he's a phony piece of shit.
Alright, well that's that. Okay, perfect. That is Hulk Hogan. Now, I can't really show the WWE Netflix footage of him getting booed out of the arena, but there is this fan cam footage that I can show you. Now, normally when you hear Hulk Hogan's music, normally when you hear the Real American and the handlebar mustache comes out and he's waving the American flag and he's got Jimmy Hart there, you're hearing this raucous ovation, okay? Well, at least that's what you would in your imagination, or if you were in the 1980s. But in the year 2025, this is the kind of reaction that he gets. That's the sound of an entire arena rejecting Hulkamania, okay? They're like, get out of here, Hulk Hogan. We do not care about whatever the hell it is you're shilling. Yeah, we're excited about Raw. Yeah, we're excited about the WWE on Netflix, but we do not want to hear it from you, Mr. Hulk Hogan. So then Hulk Hogan's cope afterwards was like, oh, of course they're gonna boo me. I'm in LA and I'm obviously a Trump supporter. But the only problem with that is also The Undertaker was on the show. The Undertaker didn't get booed, and also The Undertaker had Donald Trump on his podcast. Like literally rubbing elbows with Donald Trump right here, and the American Badass, the dead man, The Undertaker, did not get booed on the same show that Hulk Hogan got booed on. So it wasn't the fact that he's a Trump supporter. It isn't the fact that he is a right-winger, not by a long shot. There's a lot of stuff like that in wrestling. So that's not what people are booing. Why people are booing Hulk Hogan is because he's a known racist. He's an admitted racist. He didn't say sorry. He basically said sorry for getting caught. But if you're not familiar with that situation, let me just break it down for you a little bit. Way back in the early 2010s, around the 2013 era, I guess, Gawker, which was a website, kind of like a tabloid website on the internet, released footage of Hulk Hogan saying some really racist things to his friend's wife, who he was there to actually have an affair with. And unbeknownst to Hulk Hogan, he was filmed saying some of the most racist stuff that you can even imagine saying. Even saying everybody is racist up until a point. Otherwise, I don't really feel comfortable mentioning anything else that he mentioned there. And then he went on to get booted from the WWE Hall of Fame and basically their history books. A couple years go by and they bring him back into the history books. They bring him back on board. Everything is fine. Don't worry, Hulk Hogan. You can be out there being a little racist piece of crap. Nobody cares too much until you bring him out live on Netflix in the year 2025 and people are not afraid to tell him what they actually feel about him. The 1980s icon, the childhood hero of so many people across the United States of America, just got booed into oblivion for being a racist piece of shit. An unapologetic one at that. Oh, and here's Triple H in the very same room as Donald Trump with Vince McMahon, also known to be a very bad person. And they didn't boo Triple H on the same night that they booed Hulk Hogan. And now, apparently, in the WWE, they're talking about trotting Hulk Hogan back out, but this time as a heel, as a bad guy. So let's see what happens on January 25th on Saturday night's main event. What an absolute shit show this is. One more time, Bret Hart, what do you think of Hulk Hogan?
I think he's a phony piece of shit.
Very well said. Extremely eloquent. I think I would agree. And to the people in my comment section that was like, hey, we don't like it when your hat is very tall. Hey, you look like a troll. Hey, you look like a garden gnome or whatever. What do you think of me now, buddy? Look at this hat. It doesn't even fit in frame. I gotta sit all the way down just to get this thing in the frame. It's got the tassel, it's got the large amount of area here, covers a very good portion of the head. You didn't think I could go bigger? You didn't think I could get higher? Ha ha! Challenge accepted. I win. Last reminder about my comic book, link in the description, and that's where the Hulk Hogan drama is right now. Okay, see you later, goodbye, and have a good one.